Well, to me, we're no further than we were the day we begun.
For Maggie Doherty, every day is a struggle to find answers, a struggle to find her missing daughter.
I don't think the search is going as well as it could be, and I don't think the efforts being put forth that needs to be put forth.
She is frustrated by the lack of progress to find Erica in almost a year and a half since her disappearance.
It's like something's being swept under the rug. I just can't get that out of my mind, that something's being hidden.
But you're still among the missing, and I'm still missing you.
Erica Fraysure's picture is one of the many included in this new CD entitled Among the Missing. Proceeds from the music benefit the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Erica's case is also included in John Walsh's new book, No Mercy. Maggie hopes the national exposure will help create new leads in Erica's case. The lead investigator in this case could not talk on camera, but he tells me in 2 weeks they plan to give a lie detector test to one person they feel might be connected to this case. Now, in January, search dogs were called in here to this parking lot and field behind the new Bracken County High School after an anonymous caller said Erica's body was buried here. They found nothing. The community has not forgotten about Erica. Outside Sue Kohlmeyer's house stands two angels holding her picture.
For a small community, we're shocked that it happened here in Brooksville. I mean, we used to go out and leave our doors unlocked. Now I lock my doors.
I need answers. I'm not going to sit around here for the rest of my life not knowing where Erica's at.
Investigators say they won't give up until those answers and Erica are found. In Brooksville, Valerie Miller, Channel 9 News.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Operation Evil. I am Nyoka.
I am Rachel.
And before we get started on this week's story, which is, by the way, episode 63, titled What Happened to Erica Fraysure, we did have some updates from the previous episode on Judy Green. If Rachel, you want to just take it away from here? Edit that out.
So, Judy's sister, Joy, that I think I mentioned we were kind of in contact with, she reached out to us after listening to the episode, and she just answered some of those random questions that we kind of asked between the two of us.
And thank you, Joy, for reaching out. We so appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. So she said that Steve Martin did have cancer, which we already knew, but it was in his nose, and that he asked the state he wrote the governor and the senator, and who knows else, she said, saying that the state should give him a prosthetic nose since it was so rude for people to look at the hole in his face. And we're like,
no.
Boo-hoo. He also is in Eddyville State Penitentiary, and in 2005, when Judy and Joy's mother passed away, before that, she was going to every single hearing. Last year, which would have been, of course, 2021, it was his last chance. Because remember, we never got a confirmation if his parole was denied or not.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's not ever getting out.
Good.
He's in there for good. It says Judy's friends wrote letters to the board and explained how it has affected their lives. And that Joy herself pushed hard, and they decided he has to serve out his time, meaning he will die in there.
Good.
And she said, it will never erase the pain and tears and the little girl that we love and miss to this day. But she really thanks us for calling attention to her. And I think that's the least that we can do, just to get her story out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, please go back to the last episode and it will make sense to you. It was another local story, just like today's story is a Kentucky story.
Yeah, I think this story comes out of Bracken County. I want to say it's like close to Ohio.
I don't know anything about Bracken County.
I could be totally wrong. But this this girl named Erica, which you heard part of the story in the clip that we played at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Erica Fraysure. She was 17 when she went missing. And I'm just going to spoil the story now. They have not found her. She is still missing. So it's important for us to do the story because, like we've said before, any little detail can help. Any small thing can help. So who's to say she can't be found?
Right. And maybe the right listener will be listening to one of these stories one day where they can provide information. Who knows? We never know.
Yeah, or even if somebody knows something happened to her, give the family closure. And Erica is right in between our age, I believe. She was born in 1980.
Okay, so she would be a year older than me.
And a year younger.
Right in the middle.
Wait, she'd be a year older than me and a year younger than you. Younger than you. Anyway, she was born in 1980.
We can't math.
No math. She graduated in 1998.
Oh, well, I graduated in 99.
The year she went missing was the year that I graduated, and she was a senior that year.
1854?
Yeah, in the year 1943.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. No, what year, though? I'm sorry.
We have to explain that, though, because every time somebody's like, oh, when did this happen? We just say, oh, 1940. Like, we say a random date, so we're not making fun. It's just a thing. This rubber band is like all...
It's done now.
Yeah. So she was a senior in 1997. That's when she went missing.
Okay.
So it just makes my skin crawl to, like, think that I was graduating and this child...
Yeah. You guys could have been, like...
friends.
Yeah.
We're going to show, like, there's a missing persons flyer that is, it's on, like, missingkids.org and the Polly Klaas Foundation. It has, like, a generated age progression.
Oh, what she would look like. Okay.
Yeah, and she looks like somebody, like, that you think you see on the street every day. All right, I'm hem-hawing.
Why are you hem-hauling?
I'm not sure.
I'm looking at pictures of Erica right now.
Isn't she cute?
Very cute.
Her hair.
She is adorable.
Yeah, her hair, they said, was like an auburn color. Just a typical teenager.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she had the Jennifer Aniston haircut in this picture.
The 90s haircut.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, she's very pretty. Yeah.
She is very close with her mother, too. Her mother's name was Maggie. They had a really tight bond. Her full name is Erica Lee Fraysure. And she was born on May 6th, 1980. And she lived in Germantown, Kentucky. She went missing on October 21st, 1997 in Bracken County. This little town, so she lived in Germantown, and just like in all these small towns, to go do anything fun, you have to go elsewhere to the bigger town, the bigger city or whatever. And that's what she did that night. She had a car. She had a Pontiac Bonneville. I think it was like a 1988. There's pictures of the supposed car too. Like I don't know if it's the real car or if it's like a replica of the car.
Yeah.
But it was really fun to see that 1988 car. She said she was going to go driving around in Brooksville. That was the city that she had gone to. And it was a typical night. That's what her and her friends would do, was they would just get in her car, and go drive around. She was last seen, there's some articles that say 9, there's some that say 10, there's some that say 11, but most of them that I found says like 9 o'clock, and that she was last seen dropping off a person named Shane. One of the reports too said that she was last seen at Video in Tan.
Video and tan? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like Video and Tan.
That's cool. You can tan and run a movie
in
the same place.
That was very common too. It was in the little town where I grew up. Did you ever have anything like that? Where it's like a video store and there was a tanning salon in the back?
No, but it's a cool idea.
It worked.
It worked.
For a while. So it was also said that she was seen at a party with her friends. And there was a lot of rumors because, people they just want to know what happened. So there was a lot of rumors that got stirred up. It was said that she was hanging around a rough crowd. Her best friend, that same day, I believe it was, they had gotten into a little argument. I believe her name was Amanda. And so she lives with that regret of like having a fight and everything.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah. But her friend says that these other friends were kind of like rough. And well, I don't know that she said that they're rough, but what she actually said was she thought that Erica just was a little drunk, stayed at somebody's house, and then would go home the next morning or whatever. But by that night, it was like 10:30, and Erica's mother, and stepfather started really getting worried. So they contacted the police because that was not like her. Did not come home on time or whatever. They reported her missing at 10:30. The next morning, like, that's when just everything started. The searching and everything. They found her car in a field that was like, it was found in a hayfield off of this isolated road off of Franks. It's like Fronks.
Huh.
Franks
Franks.
Lake. And that was just outside of Brooksville. 1 mile away from that Video and Tan place. It's really called Video and Tan, but I feel like I'm having difficulty saying that. Now, in the car, her purse was left. Her checkbook. There was checkbooks that we all did use back then.
What's that? I'm
What's a
just
check?
kidding.
You had to go to the bank to withdraw your money.
What?
Money. There was no cards then, unless they were credit cards. But her money was in her purse or in the seat or something, but they found her purse, her money, and her checkbook.
And you do not leave your purse behind?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
No. It's like a cell phone today. You don't leave your cell phone behind. That's just weird.
Yeah. Now you would just leave your purse behind, but make sure you got your phone.
Right.
Or your purse phone.
Yeah.
So they found all that, and then it was like, what month was that? It was like they ended up finding her keys, but it was like that November. So this happened October 21st. So a little bit over a month later, it was November 28th. They found the keys to her car, like 75 yards away from it. And and the investigator, like the lead guy on the case, which he stayed with the case like all those years. And I'll tell you his name in a few, but he tried to like demonstrate to like throw the keys from the car, and it wasn't possible. Like where they landed, like it would have been too far.
Oh.
Because, I guess their scenario they're thinking is like somebody grabbed the keys and just
And
threw
tossed
the
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not.
They said no.
No. They searched everywhere. They tore that city up. They searched. There was people that helped search too, like rescue teams. There was like different officer figures and sheriffs or whatever from the county. And then also Kentucky State Police was involved as well. They searched fields, the woods, barns, cisterns. If you don't know what a cistern is, that is that's for waste, right?
No, water.
What's it? Oh, so you don't even know what it is.
Like cistern water when you don't have city water and you order water. Now you're making me question it.
No. I think you're right. And it's like this big, huge tank that sits above ground.
No, yeah, when
Can it be underground?
It can be.
It's like usually what, like all
Ours was like underground when like it was just like a little square area and you get water filled up in it. And
but you could have access to get inside of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So they were thinking maybe someone could have put her in there, or maybe she could have fallen in. Like
Yeah.
they searched old wells. Like I know, like around this area, there's old abandoned wells, and then earlier, like in the 80s and stuff like that, maybe more people were still using them. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe in those country places. I know at the house where I grew up, there was a well on the back porch. So that's why I think that.
Like, I'm picturing, like, the well from The Ring.
The Ring.
Yeah.
Alexis, don't listen to that.
Is that what you're talking about? Like, one of those kind
No,
of
it's
wells?
like-
Or are you talking about, like, a water pump?
Like the one where you have to like
Crank it?
it's something like that, but it's like
'Cause-
this big thing that almost looks like the shape of an old gas pump.
Yeah, okay. We had one of those at my grandma's house.
Okay, yeah. But if you took that whole thing off, then it would expose the
Yeah.
big hole.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So anyways, if you don't know what a cistern is, hopefully you got the concept from that.
Then you have city water and you have no worries
Yeah, it all just comes through magically.
because you had to order your water and really pay attention to what you had when. Yeah. Never mind.
You're good. We're trying to make this lighthearted as we always do.
Yes.
They searched junkyards, like rusted cars, ponds. They brought in the National Guard helicopter to like fly overhead, check things out. I mean, like I said, they seriously, anywhere that could be searched, they searched.
Sounds like it.
They sure did. Old buildings, like abandoned buildings, things like that. Callers, they said that callers had called in and suggested to look into the wells in the old buildings. So, I mean, the community was under 700 people. It was very small. 600, 650, something like that. So it was like everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
Very small. And one of the things that the sheriff, Bob Scott, he's the one I told you that's like the lead investigator.
Yeah.
He knew that because they always say, or they used to back in the day, oh, the kid ran away. He knew that she did not run away because her money was there and because of the close bond between her and her mother. He's like, there's no way.
Yeah. And why would she leave without her vehicle?
Right. Or the money.
Yeah.
What's she going to do? I think she had a boyfriend too. And if anything, like you would think the two would run away together.
Maybe.
Wouldn't you think? And she didn't. Those kind of things you would kind of confide in your best friend. She never said anything to her best friend about that, about wanting to run away. She had plans. She had asked for more hours at work. She worked at this little pizza place called Carrada's Pizza in Augusta, Kentucky. And she had asked for more hours because she was planning to go to college, like after she graduated, like that fall, to study accounting at Northern Kentucky University. She was going to go to NKU.
Oh, she's going to be right over here.
Which is what, Highland Heights?
Yeah.
So she had plans. So why would she run away?
Yeah, that definitely would not make sense.
Did I say that she was studying accounting?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I said that. This is the sad part because her pawpaw, his name is Jim. This one article, I'm not for sure what year it was, but he was talking about how the phone will ring and he just hopes that it's her.
Oh.
I know. And what's even sadder is that both of her parents passed. Her mom passed in like 2012 from cancer, and then her dad passed. When was that? Her dad passed in 2016. So I think that's really heartbreaking.
That is, and never knowing what really happened
Yeah.
to your child.
Especially the clip at the beginning.
Yeah.
When I heard that, it just broke my heart even more. And Bob Scott, like I said, if it didn't already, he never stopped looking. Like 3 months later, after she originally went missing, he would go back to the location. He would stop any car that he saw and question them. Did you see this? Did you maybe see that? He never stopped. And you know how they say, which I read in an article, he said it himself, that, you know how a police officer, there's a case that haunts, like Joe Kinda.
Yes, there's always one
Yes.
case. Yeah.
He said that this is the one.
Hmm.
And like he had a daughter that was like her age. So he knew her. He was familiar. Don't know how well he knew her, but. And then one of the things that he had mentioned too was like, if the person, like whoever abducted Erica, if like they had ran away, they ran toward Brooksville, wouldn't somebody have seen something fishy? But if it was at night, I don't know.
I don't know.
This is really very frustrating. He even says himself, it's very frustrating.
I'm taking it there's like no clues left
No.
behind.
They sent all this stuff, like her car, they sent it to Frankfurt
Mm-hmm.
and to the top crime lab in Kentucky or whatever, like the main one that they use. I assume that's the case. It was then, I don't know. But no clues. Like there was a bunch of fingerprints in the car, but she was like the taxi for her friends.
Right. That's what you
So-
would do is go drive around or whatever.
Yeah. So there, nothing, no physical evidence, no nothing. Bob Scott did say that there was one clue, but he would not say what it was. But that clue kind of like he had his suspicions for one person, but he would never say what it was. And people would call and say like she's buried on a hog farm, she's buried underneath the new high school. He had like 4 confessions. I don't understand that. Why people
Confess.
to stuff they didn't do.
I don't know.
Oh,
It
no,
happens all the time.
He really hopes too that like, which is a good thought. It's still hopeful because you do hear of it, is that one day during hunting season or harvest season, someone will find her remains. Because seriously, you have heard of cases like that.
Right. I'm just wondering if there's any DNA evidence that could later link anything.
From most of these articles were older, but it's like
It's like she just vanished off
yes,
the face of the earth.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like there is just nothing.
It's wild.
And that is what like police officers in the past have spoken about the case. That is their same way of thinking. Can you imagine like how frustrating? And like the whole, like I said, the whole community was affected, but her graduating class, they honored her. So it was so sweet. Like her mother went ahead and bought her graduation gown and all that. And the graduating class of 1998, they presented her mother with a stuffed hound, and it had signatures from everybody in the class. Her seat, they put a white rose in her seat. There was a plaque that had her name on it. It was dedicated to her. So they very much included her in graduation.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I could cry.
I know, I love that. One of her teachers, Caroline Miller, she said, this is what she said about Erica. She said, no, she wasn't sweet, but she was fun. She was witty. She wasn't a social butterfly. She didn't need to be the center of attention.
I love that.
I know.
It's like an honest answer.
And she says she was much more independent, and I admired that.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. She was her own little person. She said that, she wasn't her most studious pupil. She wasn't overly involved during her time at Bracken County. So it sounds like she wasn't like one of those, like, into the cheerleading or clubs and things like that. But she was a good student and she was a good kid.
Yeah. Your normal teen.
Right. And she was a good student and she had ambitions and plans for her future.
Somebody knows something out there.
They have to. And, Miss Miller says anything that could, she keeps anything that could lead a break to the case.
Yeah.
Like clippings, news articles, anything. And she keeps in touch with the classmates. She said that some want to forget, and then others are like, we got to find out where, they can't let it go. Like, we need to find out where she is. We got to solve this.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I should be a detective because this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, the people that saw her last at the party, did they say anything? Did she act differently? didn't she drop a boy off that you said Shane or something? What is this Shane character? Is he okay?
So
is
many
this,
questions.
Like, yeah, like I just want to know. I want to know all of the things.
Yeah. So back to Shane. He was like,
oh, you have information on Shane? Okay.
Not much. Not much at all. But so what was it in like, I think it was in 2020. So I'm going to kind of like go back. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go back to Shane.
All right.
So in 2020, the state police, they got a call about a possibility like that she could be buried under the stairwell at the local school. So not once, but twice did they get a call about the school. So like, why?
Yeah, why there?
That's
why
ironic.
2 calls?
Yes. And they took cadaver dogs and of course nothing turned up. It's just, there's so much lack of information. Back to Shane. He is like, his name is Shane Simcox. He was 20 or 21. There was 2 different reports of his age. He was a suspect. Now, like I said, he's the one that she dropped off at his house. Last person that saw her. Now, somebody made a comment. What is weird is because he was like on a news station interview or something. And he said, I'm the last person that saw her alive.
What?
Yeah. So,
Interesting. That's very suspicious.
Yeah.
And he was the last one to see her. And he was 21 and she was 17 and he's needing a ride.
Get a car yourself, loser.
Like, what is going on there?
He had a criminal record, too.
Ooh.
He had gotten expelled for threatening a teacher and her daughter. He refused the lie detector test. And I think we've discussed this before, how the lie detector test can be
dismissed. It's not even a legit.
Right. So
I would turn it down, too, if somebody asked me to do it.
I mean, I guess, like, if you are...
But they probably still believed in that stuff back in 80.
Oh, hell yeah.
Whatever.
They
90,
probably,
whatever.
I'm sure they thought that he probably did it because he refused.
Right.
But now we know different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was just... there wasn't any convincing evidence. That was just let go. And then there's this other dude, Chris Manier. Now, what's weird... We all know that Nyoka loves psychics.
I do.
So the family, Erica's mother, and I'm not for sure who else, they went on the Montel Williams show.
Oh my God. You're going to say Sylvia Brown.
Yes. So the family asked questions. And I'm just going to read some stuff from this article that this anonymous researcher sent me.
Hold on. Before you go into that, for those who don't know what the Montel Williams show was.
Oh, yeah.
It was a talk show, and this guy had Sylvia Brown on there all the time. She was like a regular guest, and everybody believed her psychic abilities, and she had these long nails. Like, when I think of Sylvia Brown, I think of her long, creepy nails.
Yeah, they were pointy, kind of, right?
I don't know. I just remember they were like super long. And you're like, whoa, what's
They might have been like that squared off, like
I think
long.
so.
And then her voice.
Yeah.
She had the smoker's voice.
She did. And people really bought into everything that she said. Now, some people like disproved things that she said later down the road or whatever, but it was entertaining nonetheless. But I just wanted to throw that in there to give you an idea on Sylvia Brown. She was well known.
Yeah.
Well known.
She released books. She would do little tours where she would go to place and do these like huge, what's it, like a convention kind of? Not a convention, but like I don't even know what you would call it.
Let's just say when she was on the Montel Williams show, I mean, the audience would be packed in for her.
Yeah.
Like praying that they got to ask her a question.
Yeah. You were lucky. She was, if anybody knows what that Long Island medium.
Teresa Caputo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She almost reminds me of her.
A little bit. Yeah. Yeah. And she would predict like worldly things future wise. Yeah.
But she wouldn't say things like, clearly it would be like clues.
Yeah. You know what? I think it was Sylvia Brown mentioned some kind of respiratory sickness that would come in 2020
Did she really?
that implied COVID and it would be gone as fast as it came. But I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that was part of, I don't know. Just ignore me. Go on.
She gets excited about these things.
I do.
So let me back it up a little bit too, because I'm sorry I keep saying the same words over and over. But
Back it up.
huh? What'd you say?
I said back it up.
Back it up. I think by now, like, this case was like in the national headlines. Like, it was on Dateline. They did a story on Dateline.
Well, apparently John Walsh had it in his book, according to the news clip in the beginning.
Yeah, and then oh my gosh, what else? Like, it was just already featured, like, in like I said, the missing thing. Like, it was just everywhere. So they went on the Sylvia Brown show. I mean, shit,
Montel Williams.
let's just start that fucking shit over.
No, let's keep
That was
going.
Fucked up.
Stop it.
We're gonna fucking start.
Montel Williams show.
Okay. So let me just say, you're gonna have a shit ton to edit out.
No, I don't think we should edit this out. I think it's fantastic.
This is for your listening pleasure.
Yep. Authentic podcasters here.
So anyhow, that was a waste of your life. The family was on the Montel Williams show, and Sylvia Brown mentioned something about water, like there was a connection with water, and an initial C.
C as in Chris.
Yeah. Come on, Chris. So after this, the pond was drained. There was no evidence. Claims resurfaced with each year that passes. After that, each year, police said, but they would do research and there'd be nothing. Nothing would come of it. But this Chris, his mother had filed like a lawsuit against the Montel Williams show because dude ended up killing his girlfriend and I think himself after this show.
What?
Yeah.
Why his girlfriends?
I don't know. There's suspicion that they think that like he was going to be found out, so that's why he did it.
Huh, okay.
You're so disappointed.
I was like, what?
So yeah, the mom filed a lawsuit for, what would that be, like defamation?
Yeah, I think so.
But from what I read, it fell through.
Good.
I
don't think it should be held. I don't know.
I
She
only
didn't say
found-
Chris did it. She said a C.
Yeah.
A C name. That could have been Chrissy.
But I want to know why him.
Carol.
though. Like what? I want to know more details about why him. You're so angry. There was only one source that I found about that lawsuit or whatever. Like I said, I can't confirm or deny. I'm just making shit up now.
Where's Sylvia Brown?
Didn't she pass away?
Yeah, she did pass away.
In 2008, an inmate in a Kentucky prison claimed that he had detailed knowledge of the case, including who may have killed Erica, but claimed he would only reveal what he knew if a police corruption review of his case was done. Isn't that blackmail?
Yeah, I think so.
You better prove
I don't think things work like that.
You better prove there was police corruption or I'm not going to tell.
Yeah.
There's no proof, though, that Erica is alive or that she is dead. There's no proof. They just don't know. And that's where we're led to now.
Ah. Man, it's like Randy Sellers all over again.
It is like Randy Sellers.
Dang it.
It's almost like you wonder, like, do you remember baby Jessica that fell in a well in the 80s?
Yes. Oh my
It's
God. Yeah.
Like, did something seriously, like, I'm not making fun, like, did something happen like that where they seriously, like, fell in a hole or fell in a well or, like, oh.
It's so annoying because there obviously is no sign of struggle. There's
Mhm.
no DNA evidence. That's
You would think that there would be blood in her car. And, like, why would they park it in this field in between two hay bales?
I.
And this poor police officer, well, he's like a sheriff or something now.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I probably jacked up his title. But he stayed with the case all that time.
My mind keeps going back to Shane. I need to know more about Shane. He was the last one with her, and then how he said he was the last one to see her alive.
Like he's talking in past tense.
That is odd.
But the Chris thing is odd too.
That is. It's very odd. I don't know. If anybody knows anything, please come forward. Contact the missing exploited children.
Yeah, or the Bracken County Police. But we are definitely going to put on our Facebook, we'll put the flyer.
Age progression.
Mm-hmm. It's a picture of her when she went missing and then what she would look like now.
Mm-hmm.
And it has all the contacts. But you can definitely go to, what is it, missingkids.org, to that website, exploitedkids.org. Or always call 911 and tell them.
Yeah, they can.
And they'll connect you to who you need to go to.
Absolutely. Before we go, was that all that you had with that case?
Yes.
Before I change subject, before we go, I just want to say, before I don't think of it anymore, I just want to touch base on the Dahmer series. Did you watched it, right?
Yes.
I think most people have at this point.
I think most people in the world, yeah.
And if you have not, I recommend it for sure. I think they stayed pretty true to most things with that case. I think we need to cover that, though, eventually.
I know there's some mixed views on that, and no disrespect to the family, but I do love how we know more about the victims.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like they focused on the victims and not glorified Dahmer. He was not a likable character.
And I think people need to remember that Dahmer is Dahmer, not Evan Peters.
Right. We like Evan Peters.
Yeah. They're two different people.
And he did a great job, like, playing that role. I mean, he did.
He's something else.
And then also, I want to mention The Watcher. I have not watched this yet, and we covered this a while ago. I think it was like episode 40. I don't know. It's titled The Watcher House. So if you did not hear that one, go back and listen. I can't believe how many people were disappointed or that there was no conclusion to this story. But I already know going into it, there's no final closure to it. So to me,
and Nayoka did this story, so I
love
perfect.
This story. I love it.
I love the way you told it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I definitely recommend going back and listen to that. That way you know before you watch the series, so you're not disappointed in the end.
Also, along the lines of missing children, did you see, and please comment on Facebook or to our email what you think about it, the Casey Anthony series. Not series, but the interview or whatever. It's like a 3-part interview.
That's coming up on Peacock?
Yes.
That's not out yet, right?
Right.
I cannot wait to watch it. Is she actually going to say something?
I want to see what the bitch says.
Right?
But a lot of people are like, I'm not watching this. Shame on you for like...
She just wants to make money, I think, is what some people think.
Right. But other people have said they didn't... How could they not give her money, though? Or one of the comments was, she's not hard up for money. I don't know any about I don't know.
It could
I
be
don't
a
know if that's
fame
true.
thing, just to stay in the. Who knows?
She's just a.
I'm gonna
evil
watch it though
bitch.
because
Yeah.
I don't know. When you see pictures of that little girl, you're like, she is the cutest little thing.
Mhm.
How could anyone hurt such a
She
pretty little
looks-
girl?
She looks so much like her grandmother.
Yeah.
I always thought.
It's such a infuriating story.
I thought for sure that they were gonna find her guilty.
Ugh.
But yeah, I just want to know what other people think. Like, will they watch it? Like, what are your views on it?
Should we discuss it after it comes out?
Right.
I mean, like, is that something you want to hear? I don't know. I think we're going to definitely dive into more local stories, though, because, I mean, who wants to hear the same murder stories over and over? Because if you're like us, you listen to more than one true crime podcast,
Yeah.
and they cover a lot of the same stuff. And
Speaking of that too, like
Yeah.
there is quite a few podcasts that cover Erica Frazier. So you should go listen to those too, because I'm sure those people do a way better job than I did.
oh, you did a great job.
No, because it's like
There's such limited information to work
Yeah.
with.
I always pick these cases that are like that too. I don't know
Well,
why.
you're just trying to bring it to the limelight. Maybe
bring your attention to the matters.
that's right. Unfortunately, there's just not enough information on it.
Do you want to give one more thank you to our anonymous researcher?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know who you are.
We know who you is.
Yep. And I think that's all that I have.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. So, thank you guys very, very much. We've been in contact with some listeners too, so we definitely probably have some really great stories coming in the very near future.
Oh, yes, there's something exciting that is going to be coming up. Oh, and by the way, there is a person that referred this story to us that let us know about Erica Frazier. So thank you so much for bringing her to our attention.
Oh yeah, we love that. We love the suggestions for sure. Oh, and one more thing, I almost forgot. We have a new Patreon
Yes.
member to our community, Andy. Thank you, Andy, for being part of our little true crime community. We appreciate you very, very much.
And that was Ashley that recommended this story. So.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yes.
We appreciate you so much. We hope we gave it some justice. And I guess we'll leave you guys here until not next week, but the week after. We'll talk to you then. Goodbye.
Bye.